Hi everyone, and welcome back to the 𝐼ComCare NDIS Plan Manager channel. If you are new to the NDIS, the National Disability Insurance Scheme, and you have just received your new NDIS plan, you may be wondering, so what next? The NDIS is such a maze for many of us, and a lot of people get lost, don't know where or how to start. So if you're experiencing one of these things, take a look at this video, the 4 things you should know before you start using your NDIS plan, to discover the important things that you should be aware of before taking your first step into your NDIS journey. Firstly, it is very important to understand the support categories in your plan. There are 3 main categories: core, capacity building, and capital. Depending on your situation, you may have all 3 supports in your plan, however, someone else might have just 1 or 2. Also, different people will use each category for different purposes depending on your situation and disability. Why is this important to know? This is because each category basically gives you a brief idea on what supports and services you're entitled to use. For example, if you have the category named Capacity Building, Improved Daily Livings, you know you will be able to use therapies. Or if you have consumables under core funding, you might be able to use your NDIS funding to purchase some technology or equipment that match your needs. Having said that, each category will have its own boundaries and they cannot be substituted with one another. Capacity building category cannot be used to fund your consumable purchases, and your core funding cannot be used for therapies. You might now question, so what services are available to me under my categories? Unfortunately, there is no exact answer that we can give you in this video because again, the answer will vary from situation to situation. However, feel free to reach out to us and we will be happy to consult you on your personal case. Generally, core funding is a support that helps a participant complete daily living activities. The core funding can be used for services like social and community participation, assistance with daily living, consumable purchases, or assistance with transport, etc. Capacity building is a support that helps participants to build their independence and skills. This funding can cover services such as therapies, psychology recovery coaches, support coordination, assistance with employment, etc. Capital is a support for investment, such as assistive technology, equipment, home or vehicle modification, or funding for capital costs such as to pay for specialist disability accommodation. By knowing what services you can use your funding for, you can now look for providers who supply this support and start making appointments with them so you can utilize your funding. Where to look for providers is another challenge for many people. You would be lucky if you have a support coordinator or a local area coordinator who's willing to help navigate the plan for you and help find the service providers. But what if your plan doesn't have the funding for support coordination? You may now struggle not knowing what to do. No worries, because at 𝐼ComCare we offer perks to our clients, helping them find providers as well as understand their plan. Now this perk is called a plan consultation, and not all plan managers provide this one-of-a-kind service. In our plan consultation session, one of our plan manager specialists will go through your plan with you in detail, explain to you what support categories you have and what services you can use under each category. If you need help finding providers for those services, we will look around your area, provide you a list of 4 to 5 providers, and you can call them to make an appointment. This sounds handy, doesn't it? Lastly, when first receiving your NDIS plan, it is crucial to determine whether your funding will be enough to cover your needs. We recommend that you seek help from a support coordinator or a plan manager who can break down your funding and give you advice based on your budget. At 𝐼ComCare, we usually advise you on how many hours you can use for your services. Please compare our advice with the recommendation of a specialist. For example, after our calculations, we advised you that you are entitled to 1 hour of psychology a week. However, after your initial assessment with your psychologist, they recommended at least 2 hours a week of treatment. You now know that your funding is not sufficient and you may need to lodge an early plan review as soon as possible. By knowing this breakdown, you can maximise the use of your funds, hence avoiding the situation where your funds are reduced because of your underusing. So in summary, there are 4 main things that you should consider when starting to use your NDIS plan for the first time. The first being knowing your plan support categories, then understanding what services you can get, finding providers, and then ensuring your budget is sufficient. If you need any further help, please feel free to reach out to Hicom. We're a fast and responsive plan manager, and we offer a free plan consultation to all our NDIS participants. Visit our website and one of our friendly staff will help you out. Thank you for watching, and we hope that this information was useful for you and helps you have a smoother and easier start to the NDIS journey. Thank you, and see you next time.